we gotta talk about the current state of Marvel Rivals. What's going on, guys? It's Stuco here. I just want to give my initial thoughts on the current state of the game right now. I'm still having a lot of fun on the game. I just want to go ahead and say right off the bat, this is definitely one of my favorite games of 2025. It came out late, I believe, December in 2024 of last year, and I've been playing it basically non-stop since it's came out. But I just want to give my thoughts out there to the community. I really do actually care about this game and this community a lot. This isn't going to be super heavy edited or anything like that, so you can just kind of put slide this video off to the side or whatever you want to do. There's two main things that I wanted to talk about in this video, and that's just going to be the engagement optimized matchmaking, and that's going to be NetEase. I saw that they recently just stated that they got the green light from Marvel to add their own original characters to the game. So I just want to talk about those two things real quick. First thing that we can go ahead and jump into is NetEase getting the green light from Marvel to add their own original characters to the game. Now, right off the bat, I just want to go ahead and say I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this statement that they made. They basically just said stay tuned. There's no other further details or any leaks or anything like that regarding these newer characters. But there has been a lot of backlash that I've noticed personally on Twitter from people just saying like, oh, why are they going to do this? There's so many other characters in the Marvel IP that they could just pull from at any given moment. I can also understand to a certain extent with having other characters in the game. Now hear me out, that kind of does defeat the whole purpose of the game in my opinion. Like, it's called Marvel Rivals, so you would think that at least for the majority of the game's duration should be the focus should be mainly Marvel characters. Now how they're going to add their own original characters, we don't know. They probably could just sprinkle them in randomly throughout the season. They might not even take priority over you know, the characters that we're supposed to be getting like every month supposedly from here on out. So they might not even take priority over those like already scheduled out characters. They could just have them come in as some like DLC or just random drop or something like that. So I'm not going to be like too critical on NetEase about that, because I mean, it could be a cool concept. However, I would like to see more of a crossover type of vibe if they're going to be adding like other characters that aren't like Marvel characters. It would be so cool. And I know that they're like this is just an example. I know that they're like technically owned by like DC, I think, but imagine like the Ninja Turtles like running around in this sort of game, like, you know, as a crossover. That shit would be so freaking cool. Or like Spawn, or just other superheroes that aren't technically Marvel but they could fit in this game somehow. Hell, even like a Baymax from Big Hero 6, since he's like Disney and Marvel owns or Disney owns Marvel and that franchise, like that could actually probably go crazy. So if they were to focus on doing things like that, I feel like that could bring more fans into the game. Adding their own original characters, I'm just not really too sure how I feel about that. I mean, I think it could be cool. In my opinion, like, I fucked with Overwatch. Like, I played Overwatch for a good little bit, but I didn't take 6v6 shooters serious until I started like playing this game. I thought Overwatch was cool, don't get me wrong. I just did not feel the need to want to expand my bag in the game as much as I do in Rivals. All I really cared about playing was just DPS. All I played was Genji. I didn't have a extensive bag of characters that I could just switch to at any given moment like I do in this game. I'm not saying I'm a pro at this game or anything, by the way, so don't come for my throat or anything like that and look up my stats, but I just didn't have a care for the characters of the game. With Rivals, when this game came out, like, I was like, okay, like they can go actually super crazy with just how many characters that they can even add in the game in general, and they could even add their own like story mode to the game if they even wanted to. They don't even need to add like a story mode. They could just solely thrive off of the amount of characters and amount of content that they could continuously add to the game, like to the point where they just don't even need a story. That's where Overwatch just kind of fell short. Like, characters that we have, how do we get people to further care about them? Okay, well, let's do a story. Oh, well, never mind, we're not going to do the story mode anymore. Sucks. In my opinion, I think that this could be a good thing. It could be like the best of both worlds in a sense, but we'll just have to see how that goes. I just hope that they don't take priority over characters that aren't in the game yet, like that we feel like should be in the game. Like, there's just so many characters that you could pull from. I just hope that it's not something that we have to, okay, well, since this random ass character came out, we have to wait for, you know, the next Marvel one to come out. I just hope it's not something like that, and I hope it is not too many. But let's go ahead and get into the juicy part of the bit, the engagement optimized matchmaking. I know everyone has their own opinion on this, and I'm not going to make this super long either, talking about the engagement optimized matchmaking, because you can really just talk in circles when it comes to this sort of thing. I personally, I'm 50-50 on it. I see that there's an issue with the matchmaking, and if it isn't called engagement optimized matchmaking, then it's something else with the way the matchmaking is designed, to where you can perform well in one game, right, and then the next game you jump into, you're put against people that clearly aren't like up to your skill level on your team, and then the other team, and this is a story as old as day, the other team is just full of like pub stompers, and it just becomes like a question in your mind, and it's like you're trying to rationalize, and you're like, okay, well, as hard as I'm fighting right now, and my team isn't doing their, you know, you can blame it on them, my team isn't doing their job, but it just becomes like a psychological problem with the game, and it really is an issue, and it has to be addressed. I know NetEase has a scheduled video dropping on the 21st, I believe, to address the matchmaking issues, but I hope that they have an answer, and I hope that they have a adjustment, or at least state that they're going to be working on fixing this issue, because it does make it feel like when you actually want to commit to this game and get good. Me personally, I'm sitting right now at Diamond 3, like mid Diamond 3. I'm trying to get back up to GM. I hit that once like a season and a half ago, just by solo queuing primarily, because none of my friends even play the game anymore, hardly, because of how ass the matchmaking is. It's just the people who care to want to get good at the game, they feel like they're getting shafted and bullshitted by the matchmaking, and it's just like, okay, I put in all this time to get good at these characters, right? And don't get me wrong, I look at myself and my gameplay too, which is why I'm trying to expand my horizon of characters. When your win-loss ratio is almost sandwiched in between each other, it's like, okay, you got like 2 good wins here, but you're gonna have 3 losses, but we'll give you at least a good another 2 to 3 wins here, and then throw in like a 1 loss. And these losses, they might not even be designed for you to lose, because that would just be bullshit. Obviously that would be like complete, like a just complete rig at that point. It does feel like you are punished for winning, and that just feels like bullshit. Like, I would rather lose every single game because of my own personal failures, rather than me sitting here dropping like 35-40 kills, and then the next game I get matched with people who can't even get over 10 kills. It almost feels like there's some sort of algorithm that's bending to give me the players who don't really perform all that well in their games consistently. And that really does feel like a problem. I shouldn't have to feel like, okay, dude, like, am I gonna get into this game and immediately know how this is gonna go in the first 10 seconds? Or am I gonna get into a game where there's actual competition? That's just where the problem lies with this game. And that is, in my opinion, the only issue that lies within this game. As bad as microtransactions and things like that have been in other games and other previous games, I don't even feel like that in this game at all, because it's free and the skins are dope, and it's all really just a choice. The battle pass isn't expensive, like, and you get good skins out of it. So like, the game all around, like, the gameplay is smooth, everything feels good. You feel like you're an actual Marvel character. You feel like you're actually the character that you're playing in the game, and that's been such a long time coming for me personally, at least. I played games like Spider-Man Friend or Foe back in the freaking PS2, games like Marvel vs. Capcom and stuff like that. Like, that's the only thing they gotta fix, man. It's just the way this matchmaking feels, because it really should not feel like you're getting punished for trying to get better at the game. You can sit here and commit and commit and commit, and you'll actually be decent and be pretty good at a character, and you'll be performing well, but you still would just not get the win, and it'll be the most infuriating loss of your life. It'll be down to the bone, down to the wire almost, and then you just get shafted because your fucking support's like double popped for no reason and have no communication whatsoever. It's a mess with this matchmaking, man. The game is still pretty fresh all in all. Like, I think that they're gonna work out all their kinks eventually, and this is gonna feel like a full-fleshed game. I mean, it really is hard to balance a game like this in general, so I'm not being too critical on the devs. However, they just gotta, I want to hear something good come the 21st when they drop this conversation about matchmaking, man. And again, I'm not the best player in the world. I'm sitting here at Diamond 3 on console. I have a PC. I could hook up to the PC. I've heard that that your teammates are a little bit better on PC, but I'm just like, man, I at least want to get to Celestial or something on console first before I transition over to PC. That's just me. I just at least want to climb over that hill first. But let me know what you guys like experiences are regarding like your ranked games and stuff like that. Like, do you think that engagement optimized matchmaking is real or not? I guess again, my final take on this is, again, I think that it's about 50-50. I will say that the majority of the way that your games turn out is for sure based off of your individual performance, because at the end of the day, like, if you are performing well in your games, like, your losses, you might lose like at least like 17, 19 elo rather than like -25, and that's at least something. You'll at least still be able to climb with the losses. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about both of those things. Do you want to see original characters in Marvel Rivals at some point? I personally don't want to really see that until like at least 2 to 3 years in. I would say, like, I don't want to see any original characters. I think Luna is the most original character in the game, but I looked it up. I think she had some sort of like she was involved in some random issue in 2019, so that no one talks about, by the way. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. Any engagement optimized matchmaking whole scandal going on right now, people acting like that they're freaking getting robbed and scammed. It's crazy. I think that the best way to really just enjoy the game right now in its current state, just a side note, is to honestly just go into ranked, man, and treat it as if it's damn near a glorified quick match, because that's almost what it is, man. I kid you not, the other day I had a game where people are just arguing on the other team and I just got a free win, and then the next game I get into, we're just getting shit stomped. If this isn't some sort of fixed shit, then I don't know what is then at this point. You really just can't take it too serious when you go into these ranked matches. Like, it's not like you're playing in any pro leagues or anything like that. Like, that's not what comp is. Anyone can jump into it. All you gotta be is level 15, and then you can get carried up to GM by your sweaty friend. So let's all just try not to take the comp scene too serious. I know I've been trying not to, at least, and it's worked out at least a little bit better, so that way I'm not getting super freaking heated in my games. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video or made it this far, leave a like. It helps out a lot, as you guys know. And don't be afraid to leave a comment on how you guys' games are going, man. It at least helps to see what other people's perspectives is going like. But nonetheless, it's been Duco here. I'm gonna try to jump in some games here, and hopefully I will end up in a better spot than the one that I currently am in right now. I'll catch you guys later.